Want to have live chats with me or just connect with other cricket fans on Discord that also enjoy my content? Or a few AMAs. Maybe you want early podcast episodes or ad-free content or want to receive my emailer. You can get all of this on our Patreon, plus a little bit of behind the scenes stuff as well. Huge thanks to everyone who has supported us on Patreon so far. You are all part of this channel's success.
Hello and welcome, ladies and gentlemen, to episode 65 of the Crickpicks podcast. I'm Behram, who you can find at DefMango on Twitter. With me, as always, is Estelle Vasudevan, who you can find at Estelle_Vasudev, the number 1 on Twitter. And then we've got Varun Alvaconda with us again, who in stark contrast to Jared Kimber, you can find absolutely nowhere. The man is a ghost online. And just a quick briefer on what Crickpicks is all about, if you're new. What we do on this podcast is that we take any generic cricket category and we draft our top 5 each for that category in a snake-style draft competition. What that means is that the pick order in the draft goes 1, 2, 3, 3, 2, 1. And sometimes on this show, what we do is that we combine to draft a team. And, that's what we're doing as well today. So the task is very interesting. The IPL either is going to start tomorrow or has already started by the time you watch this. It's right upon us, and we're recording this a bit in advance. So Varun came up with an idea of, combining to draft an all-time IPL team. So I feel like it's a very interesting one. What do you guys think about it? What are your thoughts?
Yeah, it's really fun, I think. This could go really rogue. Or really well.
It could go south very quickly.
Yeah.
Also, I don't have the first pick, so I'll just take you guys as lead.
Yeah.
The minute someone picks Sohail Tanveer, we've gone extremely rogue, haven't we?
Yeah. Also, we should probably say we're going with maximum 4 overseas players.
Yes.
And the impact player rule. So the 12th man is actually useful here.
Yeah. The 12th man actually plays this in this team, right? Usually we have teams of 12, but the 12th man is just an option. When we're creating this team, however, we are thinking about the impact sub rule as well. And Varun Alvaconda has first pick. So I've got a very solid guess on this one. Varun, you mind if I write it down?
Go ahead.
Yep.
I mean,
have you written
it? Obvious, no?
Yeah, I've written it. So on the count of 3, 2, 1, let's go.
Jasprit Bumrah.
Whoa! I lost this.
He wrote Dhoni.
Yeah, I wrote Dhoni.
Who picks anyone other than Bumrah for an IPL?
Because Varun loves Dhoni.
Loves Dhoni.
But I love Dhoni, but I love Bumrah.
Yeah, that's fair. And I mean, Bumrah does make sense.
Favorite doesn't mean best, right?
That's also true. But I mean, Dhoni's probably going to make this team anyway. Look, Jasprit Bumrah is the best seamer to have ever played the IPL?
There's another Mumbai Indian seamer as a claim, but I think he's the best defensive. He's easily the best death seamer we've ever seen, right? Not just also, in IPL, but in white ball cricket.
He's versatile. You can bowl him in multiple phases of the game.
I was looking this up. So last season, he has a true economy of 5 in the death overs.
Wow.
Yeah.
Remember in the T20 World Cup, how just no one could hit him at all?
So I actually think the IPL was more impressive because he was unplayable in the T20 World Cup. But then, like a bad performance in the T20 World Cup was like an economy of 6 in those New York pitches.
That's fair.
So I think the skill was equalized between him and everyone else. But in the IPL, he was going at 6s when everyone was going at like 10s or 11s, right?
And it was crazy how,
season.
Despite Jasprit Bumrah having that sort of season for the Mumbai Indians, they couldn't even make the playoffs.
They didn't come close to it. They wasted an all-time season, right?
Yeah, but he's definitely an all-time player and deserves to be on this team. Solid first pick for you, Varun. I'll make this easy for the rest and just go Dhoni. Because we'll need a wicket-keeper batter, and MS Dhoni epitomizes the IPL, right? He is the IPL. He has been the face of the IPL from the very first season to literally, you could make a case that he has the same sort of brand value today. He's still playing. He'll play five balls a game, right?
He might be the only uncapped player in this 11, in this 12 too, right?
What do you mean by uncapped?
He is uncapped.
Oh, right.
Yeah,
he is.
Remember, he regained his virginity.
The Dhoni rule, as Jared likes to call it. Look, I don't have his numbers handy, but I've seen enough of the IPL to know that MSD is a GOAT-level keeper and is the first name you think of when it comes to a wicket-keeper batter in the IPL. And plus...
so he has a true average of 20 and a true strike rate, which is par.
Okay.
Like Cheyenne and I call it the finishing anchor, basically.
Yeah. And let's not forget that as captain, he's got the joint most titles with Rohit, right?
Yeah.
And this is a guy who couldn't even captain Chennai for 2 seasons. He was what? Rising Pune Supergiant captain and he lost a final,
He
Varun?
was.
No. He was the captain, and then this next season he lost it to Steve Smith, who then lost the final.
Okay. Got it. But either way, Dhoni's captaincy also kind of factors in when you're picking him for this particular 12.
Yeah.
I had some issues with his batting in the 2020 to 2022 period where it was horrible. I was like, this is over. Then he obviously went to this like batting at number 8 and facing 5 balls, which has been hilarious, by the way. Like by far the most entertaining part of watching Chennai play last season. Because they were terrible at times.
Yeah. So now Estelle has 2 picks in a row and she
got
could
2 picks.
really screw us over if she goes two foreign picks.
Yeah, I'm going with one foreign pick that I think both of you would have in your playing 11, right? Lasith Malinga.
Ooh.
I
Yes,
think
easily, yeah.
behind Bumrah, he's, as Varun mentioned, right? Probably the best death bowler that we've seen behind, or one of the best death bowlers we've seen behind Bumrah. So I don't think it's much of a controversy to pick him up front because he was just phenomenal for Mumbai. He missed a couple of seasons with injury, but every time he came back, I don't think he ever matched that kind of performance for Sri Lanka. The way he performed for Mumbai was outstanding throughout the years.
No, not
Yeah,
just that,
this-
right? Like he did the most boss thing ever. I think in 2018, he was the coach for Mumbai Indians. They finished like 6th or 7th. Then he comes back in the auction and wins them the final. Right? He's like, let me show you how it's done. And he just does it. This is the most insane thing ever.
Also, we've paired up mentor with protege, Bumrah with Malinga. Oh, sorry, Malinga with Bumrah if you're doing mentor with protege. And also, I expect a lot of Mumbai and Chennai players to kind of flood this team. And right now we've got 2 Mumbai, stars with one Chennai one. So it's interesting.
Okay.
And we just have 3 more foreign picks to go. So let's see what Estelle does next.
I'm going to take another one away from you guys.
Wow. How evil.
But I think this, again, will be probably unanimous. ABD, right?
Yeah, that is
So De Villiers
unanimous.
in the middle order is, he was fantastic for RCB despite not being able to take them to any titles. Just the ball hitting capabilities he had, right?
Yeah.
I'm just looking at his record. He's got averaging 39, strike rate of 151. I think amongst the top, say 20 batters, there's no one who strikes at a better rate who averages more. So he's been fantastic for RCB. I'm sure Varun can give us like the true numbers and like
I
the
just have
proper
it. So he
impact
has
he's had.
So true average of 17 and a true strike rate of 19. That is elite.
Wow. That is GOAT level stuff. And I would be hard pressed to believe if anyone across the globe creates an all-time IPL team and does not have AB de Villiers in it. Like, I just don't see that happening. I would judge that person hard. So yeah, I agree with the pick, but I am a little bit upset that now we only have 2 foreign picks to go. So I'm
They
like
were going to
next,
go
right?
anyway.
Yeah, they were going to go anyway, and you have made your life easy, and we don't have any issues with this team thus far. So on that scale, we're doing all right, I would say. So that brings it back to me, and I'll make this a bit more simpler for you guys by taking up another Indian player who is especially known for his IPL exploits. I mean, he had a pretty successful career for India as well, but he was a different beast altogether in the IPL, and batting at number 3, he was doing things ahead of his time because he's not a player of this era. And I think he might actually be the second highest scorer in IPL history as well, behind Virat Kohli. Correct me if I'm wrong, Varun, but yeah, my
No,
pick
he's
is
not
Suresh
anymore.
Raina.
He was, but he isn't.
Raina.
Oh, yeah.
He's not
Suresh
second.
Raina is my second pick. You bat him at number 3, and where is he on the all-time scorers list in the IPL?
I think it was like
He's
5th or
1, 2,
6th, I
3,
think.
4,
Oh,
5.
is he?
Yeah,
he's
fifth.
slipped.
And he's behind Virat, Dhawan, Sharma and Warner.
Okay, well, there's also like those guys have played a sheer volume of games as well.
Yeah,
And
yeah.
Raina is like retired now. But yeah, I mean, look, another CSK player and someone who, was kind of understood maybe T20 cricket before his peers did to that level. And he's also handy with the ball and pretty decent in the field.
Yeah, definitely, right. If his earlier season, no one really, like, I don't think we did a video on him and the footnotes where we talked about how undervalued he was.
I remember
right?
that.
Yeah, because he's batting in the middle overs, and he's not just batting in the middle overs, he's batting in the middle overs in Chennai, where it's like, I think everyone else has like striker like 105, 110. At his peak, he was striking at 140 easily in middle overs.
Yeah.
That is a ridiculous level of impact, right?
It is. And what are his true numbers?
God, I just had them. So he has a true average of 6 and a true strike rate of 11, and that's mainly because he has a pretty reasonable decline towards the end. So I think which is probably hampers his IPL legacy a bit, right? I think after 2015, he just isn't the same kind of player.
Also, we're adding a left-hander into the mix, right? Which is also important.
Yeah.
So I feel like that's great for the team balance. All right, so that means that Varun, now you have 2 picks in a row.
Andre Russell.
Don't you dare! I mean, are you guys going to leave any foreign picks for me?
No, you could
So
have
unfair.
picked one. You had.
I could
you
have.
had your
I could have
chance.
picked one.
No,
I did
because
have my chance.
I'm almost tempted to just do the foreign picks first, so there's less chance of screwing them up.
Yeah.
But please leave one.
No, because I was going to
There's
pick
only
another foreign
one more.
player. Sorry,
No, that's fair, I
Andre
mean-
Russell, I think, is easily. You'd say he's the most impactful batter in IPL, so all-rounder in IPL history. I think
Yeah, Dre Russ
Like,
does pick himself
his
over
strike
here,
rate
but
is ridiculous, right?
he's got a couple of MVP seasons, right, where he's just ridiculously he's literally taking the league by storm, and he's won titles as well. He's a Kolkata Knight Riders legend at this point, and even when we thought he was past his prime, you guys remember what he did last season, right? With the ball, he would bowl his cutters and just take wickets on the regular. So
Yeah.
it's a lot of value add and another terrific fielder. And when it comes to ball striking, few can manage what Dre Russ can, right?
Yeah. Yeah.
It's also a
Definitely.
style. It's a style of power hitting which is very baseball-esque.
Yeah, I think he's easily he adds so much to your team with the bat, just as batting alone, and he's an okay bowler at, like, most of the time, and at his peak he's like a very good bowler, a decent bowler, right?
Yeah.
So
True.
Okay, so I think we've all been like pretty unanimous with these picks. I'm going with
We have.
I guess rogue. I don't know if it's going rogue or like unknown pick with this one. I'm going to go for an opener. I'm going Virender Sehwag for opening.
I don't think that's rogue. I think we've done enough work on this to know that he was ahead of his time, and he literally had a couple of IPL seasons in which he was providing blistering starts.
Yeah, speaking of which, I'm just going to read out his true strike rates, right? It's 2008, it was 61. Then it's 40, 51, 65, 51,
Wow.
23, 34. And in his final year, he was done. It was 13. So,
Wow.
I'll happily say it, he's the most underrated white ball batter ever. Like, he's, to this day, the amount of Indian fans are like, oh, he was a bit of a white ball letdown. No, he was not.
No, he was definitely
We're
not. And
talking about he's had some of these seasons would not look out of place in last season's IPL, right? We're talking about
we need
Abhishek
to
Sharma being a
emphasize that those were
lunatic.
true numbers you were talking
Yeah,
about, right?
those are true strike
rates.
Not these.
true strike rate. So it really is ridiculous that he had a positive true strike rate throughout, and not just by like a few points, right?
Yeah.
Like you're talking 30s and 50s and all of that stuff. And
Yeah.
I mean, you
It's
want
ridiculous.
explosive opening batters in T20
Even if
cricket,
people
so-
are like, okay, the true strike rate's a bit dodgy. Fine, if someone's watching this, I think from 2008 to 2011, he averages 33 at a strike rate of 185 or something as an opener. Right?
Yeah.
As I said, like Abhishek Sharma's doing that now, and we think he's a lunatic, right? Sehwag was doing it before it was cool. And the time, the other openers, we had like Dravids, Tendulkar going at like 120 in that period, right? It was so far ahead. I think the reason I said it was rogue is because I think we know he's really good, but I think the casual audience might not have it.
Yeah. I think it's fair to point that out, and we're all pretty happy with that pick over here anyway. So my turn again, and I will use my foreign pick just because I want a foreign pick, right? I deserve a foreign pick, and if I miss out on this now, I'm not getting one. I'm positive about that. So I need your help over here. There are two things that we could do. We could either pick up a spinner, or we could pick up an opening batter. So where do you guys want to go?
You can pick up a spinner who is the opening batter.
I could do that. I could. But then
Exactly.
what I was thinking, Varun, is that you can have good finger spin bowling options when it comes to all-rounders from within India. But when it comes to wrist spin, there's not much. Like I can't think of a
But
single
do you
Indian
have
wrist spinner who
someone
can
as
bat.
good as him?
But the wrist spinner is also ridiculously good.
Yeah,
So-
you could go with either of them, to be fair.
You know, the only reason why I'm not picking Sunil Narayan up over here is simply because you could have. I can think of 3 Indian finger spinners who are very good batters right now on the top of my head. And you could easily have one of them in the team, which is why I'll go Rashid Khan.
Okay.
Yeah,
I
because
didn't
you're
have
getting
them, but so because
you're
of,
getting
yeah.
yeah value with
Sorry,
the bat, right? He can hit those helicopter shots for 6, and then he can bowl out through the middle, and he will go for no runs, and he's also a wicket-taking option. So yeah, I mean, just because he's a wrist spinner at elite level and arguably one of the best T20 players that we've ever seen, who can bat is the rationale that I have for picking Rashid Khan.
I don't think it's still a great pick, right? I think it's just a question
Yeah.
of what your preference. There's no right answer.
Yeah, I think
Yeah,
I would have
there
gone
are
with
no right answers.
Narayan. If you had picked an Indian with this pick, I would have gone with Narayan as my next one. But yeah. I mean, Rashid Khan, tough to argue, right? Particularly because he's
wanted to
such
pick
a
Narayan.
attacking option.
Even Narayan is attacking, and you could pair him up with Sehwag up top. But like, I don't want to name
I mean,
drop,
with the
but
ball.
yeah, literally they're 3 solid Indian options as spin bowling all-rounders. So anyway, you're up next, Estelle, with 2 picks, and now you'll have to pick some Indians.
Now it's tough because I had another leg spinner. Okay. But
I know
will
who you
go
had.
with- yeah, I think it's pretty obvious Indian leg spinner, right?
Yeah. Yep.
Okay, so I'll go with the medium pacer from India. I'll go Bhuvneshwar Kumar.
Okay. Yeah.
Yes.
I think
Splendid
he
with the
has
new
a
ball in
really
the
good-
IPL.
Yeah, really good with the new ball, and then he can probably pair Bumrah, right? And then you leave Malinga's overs for later on in the innings. So he was really good with the new ball, moved the ball really well, and I feel like I don't know, maybe this is just like some bias I have. I think he performed much better as a franchise bowler than he did as an Indian bowler. Maybe it's opportunities or whatever. And, you know, just how he was that attacking option for whatever team he played in, right off the bat. So, yeah, as an Indian quick, I think he's at the top of the list.
Yeah, I think for new ball bowling, like no Indian
Yeah.
bowler is particularly close to him. I think I would say.
Absolutely.
Maybe like Deepak Chahar, I think was on track, but he's never managed to stay fit for more than 2 games in a row in the last few
Also,
years. So
Bhuvi does have an IPL title to his name, doesn't he?
yeah,
For
definitely.
the Sunrisers, where he created a lot of impact, the David Warner one. So
still
yeah, he
on
was
the
in my
India
perfect 12.
thing. So he was he was an elite T20 bowler for India. He wasn't particularly great in ODIs.
Okay.
And he was
Yeah,
great in
that's
Test
fair.
cricket. Very weird pattern that I don't think I've ever
Weirdly
seen that.
good at Test cricket. I remember that.
It's
No,
it's
he
a
was
good
not-
pick because
No, it's very strange you see someone being good in Test T20s and but be very mediocre in ODIs.
Not ODI.
that's true. But you know, I feel like Bhuvi was unanimous because when it comes to new ball bowlers, he's top of the charts. So yeah, go for your last one then, Estelle.
Okay, my last one. So we need an opener, and I think we need a middle order bat, and of course the impact sub, right? So I'll go with the opener. I think it's a bit tricky because Kohli's got the better record, but I feel like Rohit Sharma has had the bigger impact in IPL cricket, right? So I'll go with Rohit as the second opener.
Oh my
I don't know
god!
where I would have. I actually, to be fair, might not have gone with either of them.
I did not have either of them.
It's fine though. People will love this. You have pissed off a lot of people right now, Estelle. The comments are going crazy, cursing
No,
the crap out of you.
Yeah, I think with Rohit, his best years as an IPL batter were actually at number 4. Interestingly enough, he was pretty terrible as an opener for Mumbai Indians.
You know,
as a captain,
Kohli-
he's really impactful, but as an opener, he's terrible, which is very strange.
Yeah, if I had to pick one of those two guys, I would have picked Virat as opener specifically. I think he only works as an
I
opener.
agree. I think if you had to pick one of them, you have to pick Virat. So with Virat, my main issue is, okay, I'm going to go on a rant here. Sorry. Just going to go on a rant here. With Virat Kohli, right? People will be upset we didn't pick him, but I'm really upset. If you look at the second half of last IPL season, right? Look at what he did. So in the first half, he was averaging like 77 and 141. And in the second half, he averages 53 at 169 or something, right? That is insane. You're telling me I had to sit through 13 years of my life watching him be 50 of 38 when he could have been 50 of 25. It's the same level of annoyance I had with Rohit Sharma and ODI cricket. Like, I had to watch you be 50 of 70 when you could have been 50 of 30. He did that with relative ease.
Yeah, last season, Virat scored a 60-something ball ton. And I remember like people were feeling
Way
really
slower
weird
than-
about
It was
that.
like 113 of 73 or something.
Yeah, something
Horrible
like that.
innings. Like, it was terrible.
But
Come at me,
I don't know.
comments.
What would you guys say? Shikhar Dhawan, better pick if we're just talking anchor batters?
No.
No? Well, you guys
do you
exhausted
think?
the foreign picks.
With
Otherwise,
the-
both of Chris Gayle and David Warner had a solid chance.
But you could have
Yeah.
gone. You could have gone Narayan and avoided.
Yeah,
all
if you
of
went
this.
Narayan, it would have sold
Yeah.
everything for us.
Because
would have,
I had
but-
Narayan in my team.
Yeah, same.
Yeah, well, now we have Rohit batting with Sehwag up top, and some pissed off Virat fans in the comments. I'm going to justify my Rashid Khan pick with my final pick, and I've got 3 solid spin bowling all-rounder options from India, and whilst I feel like the guy I'm about to pick is not at the peak of his powers right now, if we're looking at the IPL overall, it only makes sense to go Ravindra Jadeja. I feel like he pips Akshar if you look at the history of the IPL. Although if you ask me currently, I might go Akshar over Ravi Jadeja. And again, I think I've ended up picking 3 Chennai guys in my out of my 4. But he's got the titles, and he can bowl out his quota of overs in a jiffy, literally within the blink of an eye. He is one of the best fielders that we've ever seen in cricket. Period. Forget the IPL or T20 cricket or whatever. Like, he's right up there. And why I say that is because Jadeja's ground fielding is immense. Forget catching, right? I feel like his ground fielding is one of the best that I've at least ever seen. And then, clutch batting. Let's not forget the match-winning shot in, the previous or the IPL 2 years ago, right? Was it? That won Chennai
He
another
had a couple
title.
of seasons where he was like red hot, right, with the bat.
Yes. He was. So, tell me, Varun, what do the numbers say? Was he the better option compared to Krunal and Akshar?
All of them are like equal, very similar to each other. You'd probably have to go with Jadeja. Like, Jadeja makes the most sense. I didn't have any of them, to be completely honest.
Oh. So, you know what the smarter thing would have been? I know Dre Russ is like MVP and whatnot, but if we went with Pandya, we kind of made up for Dre Russ in a way, and that would have freed
I
up
had
the position.
Pandya and Reyes in the team. Like,
Oh well. Well, you also have the next pick, so let's see what you do.
yeah. So,
Impact sub.
okay. So, what's the team so far? We have Sehwag, Kohli,
Sehwag, Rohit.
Raina.
No, we don't. We don't have
Sorry.
Kohli.
Oh shit! Sorry, Sehwag, Rohit.
Sehwag, Rohit, Raina, AB,
Okay.
Russell, Dhoni, Jadeja, Rashid Khan, Bhuvi, Malinga, Bumrah.
That's a very solid team.
So I think we have enough bowling. Right? We might not need
Bowlers,
another
yeah.
bowling. Yeah. So I think go with batters. I'll probably go with Surya Kumar Yadav as my last pick.
Yeah,
Okay.
Yeah.
that makes sense.
So
You know what we could do? We could just open with Sky.
Yes.
no, either way, one of them, either Rohit or Sky has to bat. So both
Yeah.
of them have to bat anyway. So I think you'd rather just open with Rohit. 'Cause Sky is revolutionary at number 4 and number 5.
So if your 12th man is Sky, who is going out? Who is the 12th man? Like,
Jadeja,
yeah.
no,
Jadeja goes
Bumrah
out?
goes. No, Bumrah goes out.
What?
Bumrah.
No, for batting, bro. Like you replace them.
Yeah.
All right, impact sub. Of
Yeah,
course,
yeah.
Bumrah goes
Sub.
out. Yeah.
Yeah,
Oh, yeah,
Bumrah goes-
that is the smart thing to do, actually. You
Behram's
go with
brain
Sky.
Why did we
go
remove Jadeja?
omelette right now?
I am having a really tough day, guys.
With Sky, right? I think Raina is the greatest Indian batter in the IPL history. Sky's not that far behind. I think if he has one great year where he averages like 40 at 180, that like he usually does, I think he might have a case to overtake Raina, right? If you look at how many great years both of them have had, he's been insanely good in the last few years, right?
Yeah.
In international cricket and in the IPL. He's basically like an evolution of Suresh Raina's archetype, in a way.
Yeah. No, I mean, look, it makes complete sense because the way Sky bats, it was like it came as kind of a surprise within India, I would say. He did kind of revolutionize or take the game forward in that regard. And now he's also T20 captain, isn't he?
Yeah. And he's not making any runs for India now, which is very interesting.
His awkward ramps and scoops kind of are the highlight of his batting. And man's got a lot of power. And I mean, boundary riding as well. Let's not forget. I mean,
Oh, that catch, right?
I'd take Sky as a boundary rider. Honorary mentions, I would say, Karen Pollard,
Pollard.
Sunil Narayan,
Shane Watson.
Shane Watson, Chris Gayle, David Warner. David Warner definitely is one. Hardik Pandya is
Pandya.
unfortunate to miss out over here as well.
Who would you have had in the team, Varun, if Behram didn't go with who was that?
Rashid Khan.
Rashid.
With
So
Rashid
I had
Khan, yeah.
Sehwag, Narayan, Raina, AB, and then Dhoni, Hardik, Russell, Chahal, Bhuvi, Malinga, Bumrah, and Sky.
Oh, also, I feel like Trent Bolt is someone who also does. Like, if
Also,
not
like-
for Malinga, we'd gone for Bolt, right?
Also a bit of an older shout. Dale Steyn was a menace in the IPL, as with the new ball, right?
true.
There was that one spell he was bowling to Richard Levi and Rohit Sharma. I do not understand how you play him.
Also, Yusuf Pathan is worth a mention, I suppose.
Yusuf Pathan again, really good.
Yeah. I mean, there are so many players who could have been in
Rishabh
this
Pant
team,
is
honestly.
basically again a great IPL batter as well.
Yeah.
Yes. Also,
Yeah.
if Rohit made it, then Virat is also an honorary mention.
Virat,
And
yeah.
people already hate us by this point. Like they've shut the podcast and they are cursing or kind of
But I
hate
think-
tweeting against us.
But I picked Virat in many other.
Yeah.
Don't hate me.
Don't hate Estelle, guys, because Varun and I didn't have Rohit or Virat in our teams. At least she picked one of them.
Yeah, and we didn't have Rashid.
originally have them. Yeah.
Yeah, you
because
guys didn't have
we
Rashid
had-
Khan.
I had Narayan opening, so.
Yeah, but you think of it this way, right? If you
No, I think we
guys
can justify it either way.
yeah,
Because,
if you
like,
picked
Rashid
up
Khan has his
Narayan,
own-
yeah, he would be your lone spinner in the side because then
No, I would
Varun
have
wanted
Chahal.
Pandya.
I have Chahal.
Oh, we would have had Chahal,
Yeah.
yes.
So
but then
the-
Chahal doesn't give you as much batting. And okay,
No,
here's where I
if
justify
you have
this
Surya
entirely.
Yadav, you don't need him.
Also, even if we bring the impact sub into the equation, right? Despite that, you have such deep batting in this team that there will be no Evan Gulbis effect. And T20 cricket is a format in which you outbat the opposition.
Yeah.
So
easily.
voila.
Yeah.
And,
also,
and
like,
if you've got 16 overs of Bumrah, Rashid Khan, Lasith Malinga, and then Bhuvneshwar Kumar, you're in trouble.
that is a great bowling attack, and you have defensive bowling of Jadeja and Dreras
Yes.
Yeah.
can basically
Yeah.
just take wickets in this team.
Yeah.
He doesn't need to bowl at the death like KKR.
He doesn't
uses
even
at
need
times.
to bowl like his full quota ever, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
He probably
to
doesn't.
preserve
If you need him to bowl it, then you're in a bit of trouble.
Yeah, you want to preserve his fitness as well, and yeah, it's firepower all around. We will personally go and tell Rohit Sharma to bat like Rohit 3.0 in this team.
Yes, he has to.
Also,
And-
like in
and
the
who's-
comments, right? Write down your IPL 12s. Also, write down the IPL 12s without the players in this team.
But there's one question for you guys:
Yes, babe.
who is captaining this team, Dhoni or Rohit?
Oh, God.
Dhoni.
Okay. Probably Dhoni, I think.
I'd
Even
also
if
go
Dhoni's
Dhoni.
not, if he's not, even if he's not captaining, he'll be captaining. So might as well make him official
Yeah.
captain.
Maybe Bumrah.
Bumrah is a rogue shot. I like the way you think.
Yeah,
still.
I do like the shout. But yes, as Varun said, give us your 11s or 12s, sorry, in the comment section below. And it's a very valid shout to give us your 12s of people who didn't, or cricketers who didn't make it, right? Also tell us how we did, which reminds me, Estelle, tell us
Shall I
our
read it
team.
out? Yeah.
Read out the team out loud and then also our individual picks, please.
Okay, so all-time IPL 11, Sehwag and Rohit Sharma opening the batting, Suresh Raina, AB de Villiers, Andre Russell, MS Dhoni, Jadeja, Rashid Khan, Bhuvi, Lasith Malinga, Bumrah, and Sky as the impact sub. Individually, we picked Varun. So Varun went with Bumrah, Russell, Sehwag, and Sky. Behram went with Dhoni, Raina, Rashid Khan, and Jadeja.
Chennai
went
fans, you know who to vote for.
I went with Malinga, AB de Villiers, Bhuvi, and Rohit Sharma.
This is again quite tough, right? Because I've got Dhoni fans with me.
I already forgot. Who
think
did
I
I pick
agree
again? I
with
picked
that.
Bumrah, Russell, Sky and
Sehwag and
Sky and
Sehwag and
Sehwag.
Sky, right,
I
okay.
I love your picks. And I picked Dhoni, Raina, Rashid Khan, and Jadeja. I feel like I'm really counting on the Dhoni fans over here, basically.
Yeah, I didn't pick a Chennai player at all, did I?
Yes, you didn't.
No.
Also, what's the
some Chennai
breakdown? Which IPL franchise wins over here? We've got one RCB player in AB, and we've got one Sunrisers. I'm gonna give Bhuvi to Sunrisers just because he's been most relevant over there.
Yeah.
3 Mumbai.
Rashid's one with Gujarat.
Rashid is both Gujarat and Sunrisers.
Bumrah and Malinga have plenty of trophies between them.
Yes.
Yeah, so that's like 4 Mumbai, no? Bumrah, Sky.
Four
Rohit,
four
Malinga.
Mumbai, 3 Chennai. Right?
Yeah.
Yeah,
And then Sehwag is Delhi, I guess.
Delhi, yeah, mostly.
Who else did we pick? I've completely forgotten.
Russell KKR.
Russell is KKR. Yes.
Russell is KK. Okay, I think that's fair. We covered a lot of the winners basically.
Yeah. I mean, is there, apart from AB, any player over here who hasn't won the IPL? I don't think there is.
No. I don't think Sehwag's won it.
Sehwag?
Oh yeah, Sehwag hasn't won it.
He played for Delhi
AB
and Punjab. The
Sehwag.
poor guy didn't stand a chance.
Yeah, that is true.
Yeah.
I mean, if you're playing for Punjab, you're already handicapping yourself.
Yeah.
At least Delhi has a better finals, not finals record, but a better record making it to finals.
No, Delhi has two distinct periods where they're decent and a period where they're dog shit. Like,
Yeah.
Punjab's
I mean, the
basically
Delhi
been terrible for most
Daredevils,
of it.
the Delhi Daredevils weren't as bad, were they? And then the Delhi
No.
Capitals for a
So-
couple of
That's when
seasons.
he played, right? Sehwag.
You know, so Delhi
when they were
Daredevils were good in the first 3 seasons. Then they were terrible for a long time until they became Capitals, and then they were really good for a while.
Yep.
And then they're mediocre now. So they've gone through a whole spectrum.
I should have picked Sohail Tanveer just to fuck with people over here. That would have been great.
I wish you did, I think.
And then everyone would
be number one
cancel.
on our channel.
And you could have justified it saying that he brings some batting. You don't have a left arm.
Left arm angle, awkward
we don't.
action. Yeah, anyway, that kind of wraps things up over here. So do let us know how we did in the comment section, and also let us know who won this. As Varun mentioned earlier, give us your 12s and a 12 of all the players that missed out as well. We'd love to hear back from you. And enjoy the IPL, guys. It probably has started when you get the video, and I feel the audio might be out a day prior to the start of the IPL. It's 2 months of action-packed cricket, and we'll be covering it a lot on good areas. I do have to discuss the strategy with Jared whenever I get time, actually. But yeah, you'll be getting a lot of content for the IPL, rest assured. And just a quick reminder, you can go to goodareas.co and bookmark that webpage. That can prove to be your one-stop shop for all the work that we do as part of this team, whether it be written content, videos, or podcasts. So yeah, have a good week. Happy double Crickpicks week also. You got 2 this week. And yeah, enjoy yourselves. We'll see you soon enough. Have a good one, guys. Goodbye.
It took God and the demon to build international cricket, but don't tell Johnny Best. 1882, Australia had played 1 test in England against the god W.G. Grace, and they sucked. So they were playing him again, and it was a tough wicket. But England was in front, so Australia was desperate for a 3rd innings lead. At number 8 was young all-rounder Sammy Jones. After a routine single, he walks down to do some gardening on the pitch. Grace whips off the bails and appeals. The ball wasn't dead, Jones was run out. The Australians were furious. In fact, some of the English players were also furious. But what Grace said went, and the umpires had already given it. Next in was Fred Spofforth. He was known as the demon fast bowler. He was furious, and he let England know exactly what was coming next, which was maiden. There's 12 maidens. I can't count them all. England only needed 85 to win. W.G. Grace made 32. England only 77. That was the test where the Ashes began. Buy my book, Overthrowing Cricket's Empire, on Amazon today.